It's the week of May 16th, 2023. My name is Mrs. Denny. Welcome to your staff, TNN. The weather this week is expected to be in the 80s and the 90s during the day. At night, it is expected to be in the 50s and 60s. Now let's go to Mr. King for the weekly news report.
Hey everyone, it's Mr. King, and this is your week in history. On May 15th, in 1940, Maurice and Richard McDonald, they set up their first fast food restaurant in San Bernardino, California. So it was originally called McDonald's Barbecue. We know it now as McDonald's. The original menu had things like grilled cheese sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, tamales, barbecue sandwiches, and fries. And most of the items cost 35 cents or less. Also that week, on May 20th, Amelia Earhart, she became the first woman to fly nonstop solo across the Atlantic Ocean. She left Canada and Newfoundland in her Lockheed Vega 5B, and she flew for 15 hours to Northern Ireland. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Mr. King. Now it's time for sports with Coach B.
Hi, I'm Coach B, and joining me is Miss Madsen.
Hi, Tartesso. In sports news, the Phoenix Suns are done. They lost in the playoffs to the Denver Nuggets. The Diamondbacks are off to a good start. They are 20 wins and 18 losses, and they will be playing the San Francisco Giants. Over to you, Coach B.
All right. And a rundown of our sports at Ruth Fisher. The soccer team, boys basketball team, flag football, and girls basketball all made it to the championship games. Way to go, you guys.
And on to high school sports. The Tonopah Valley football team had an amazing season and secured their first ever region championship. And the baseball team had its best season in school history.
Way to go, Colts and Phoenix!
Thank you, Coach B. Now let's go to Mrs. Hokinson and Mrs. Paul for the entertainment news report.
Hey, Miss Hokinson, what are you going to do this summer?
Well, I'll probably be taking my kids to Harkins. They have a summer movie fun package this year. Every summer they do this, so talk to your parents about it. This year there are 8 movies for only $8. We've got Minions, Rise of Gru, Sonic 2, The Bad Guys, The Secret Life of Pets, Super Pets, Trolls World Tour, Puss in Boots, that one was so good, and Hotel Transylvania, Transformania.
I think I need to go to all 8 of those, so I'll be seeing you there. Call me when
Okay.
it's time to go.
I'll get the
I'm going to
popcorn.
be hanging out with my daughter at the Buckeye Pool. The Buckeye Pool has lots of activities. It opens for everybody May 27th, which is the weekend after we get out of school. And they have lots of activities, dive-in nights. They have night swim, which is my daughter's favorite, and a really great water slide, some diving boards. So I hope to see you at the pool.
That sounds. The night swim reminds me, the Skyline Regional Park has full moon hikes. You know, here in Phoenix, we don't want to be outside in the day, right? So there's a full moon hike you can ask your parents to take you on. There is one on.
But there's snakes out there.
Not in the full moon, apparently. I did go on it one year with my kids, and it's amazing because you can see in the full moon. They don't have any flashlights.
Oh, wow.
If you have a flashlight, that ruins your vision.
Oh,
so you have to have no lights, and you just go by the full moon, and it's really fun. And it's pretty short.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so there's one on June 3rd, and there's one on July 1st. So talk to your parents. Skyline Regional Park.
I hope to see lots of you kiddos out there. That would be amazing to see you in the full moon. And I know that everybody needs to keep reading all summer long. Library has a great program. And read. It's good for your brain. It's good for your body. It's good for relaxing when it's hot outside. So when you're not in the pool or at the movies or at a full moon hike, keep those brains thinking, kiddos. Have a great summer.
One more thing I'm going to do all summer. Sleep in.
Oh, that's right.
Have a great summer.
Thank you, Mrs. Hokinson and Mrs. Paul. Now let's go to Mrs. Wright and Mrs. Link for the joke of the week.
Miss Link, I have a joke for you. Please tell me. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ice cream. Ice cream who? Ice cream so you can hear me! What kind of cheese isn't yours? What kind? Nacho cheese. I got another one. Okay. What is the scariest plant? What is it? Bamboo! Actually did scare me. What did the tomato say to the other tomato in the race?
What?
Catch up.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
What did the pig say on a hot day?
What did he say?
I'm bacon.
Okay, last one. She was wrong. Why didn't the dinosaur cross the road?
Why?
Because there weren't any roads back then.
Thank you, Mrs. Wright and Mrs. Link. Now let's go to Miss Cora and Miss Candy for fun fact trivia.
Good morning, Tartessa Tigers. I'm Miss Cora.
And I'm Mrs. Candy. Hey, Cora, did you know that today is National Barbecue Day?
I didn't. How did you know that?
There are many national holidays that a lot of people haven't heard of. Today is also National Check Your Wipers Day, or even National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day.
That's right. I have heard of some of these. Some other ones that I've heard of are January 24th is National Spaghetti Day. We have March 23rd is National Tamale Day. May 6th, National Free Comic Book Day. May 14th is National Dance Like a Chicken Day. And September 12th is National Video Game Day.
That's so awesome. I know that you can put in an application and submit it to come up with your own holiday. I wonder what I would choose.
I don't even want to know, but I'm sure it'd be amazing. These are not the only holidays we celebrate. There are permanent federal holidays that have to be established by Congress so we can celebrate them throughout the year. Some are fixed, which means they never change, and some float, which means they change every year, like maybe the first Monday of the month or every Thursday of the month.
All right, guys, it is now time for trivia. How many permanent federal holidays do you think we have that have been established by Congress? A, 15, B, 11, C, 9, or D, 20? You have 10 seconds.
Alright guys, if you chose B, 11, you are correct. We currently celebrate New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. Candy? Candy? Are you there? Alright, I guess that's all we have for Fun Fact Trivia. Back to you, Miss Denny.
Thank you, Mrs. Cora and Mrs. Candy. Let's go to Miss Hudson and Miss Marshall for our word of the week.
Welcome to Word of the Week.
I'm Miss Hudson.
And I'm Mrs. Marshall.
This week, our word is resilient.
Resilient means able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Here's how you can use this word in a sentence. Tartesso Elementary students were resilient this school year by overcoming challenges and never giving up.
Thank you, Miss Hudson and Miss Marshall.
Hey, Salomon, it's a message from your counselor, Mrs. Williams, from the Counseling Corner. So this one, we're focusing on being creative. This is our last month to show our teachers how much we care about them. This is our last month to show all of our friends that we care about them and that we want to show them how much we care. So we can be creative in those things. So right here, I have something that a student painted for me, actually last year. It's pretty cool. It's just a bottle and she just took some paint. And then what I do is I just put like flowers in it. So this is just a way that someone was very creative. One of my students was very creative in showing Mrs. Williams how much they care. And I care about them. So this is fantastic. I absolutely love this. So just a simple bottle, you guys. It could be anything, you guys. Just figure out a way that you can be creative to show people how much you care. All right, guys, let's have ourselves a great week. See you next time.
That is all for this episode of TNN. Have a great week.